Cyberpunk 2077, an upcoming open-world RPG from CD Projekt Red, developers of games like The Witcher 3, and in this video we have some more small bits of info on somewhat mysterious upcoming game. First, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the like button, it's very much helpful to my channel, and let's look into this. Details for the game are far and few between, but recently in an interview with a Polish investment site, the company's CEO talks a little bit about the game and more specifically its online or multiplayer elements. Basically during the interview, Adam Kaczynski said that the multiplayer, or the online multiplayer specifically, is essential for the long-term success of the game. The interview itself with Kaczynski is in Polish, but he says, and I quote, "We want to experiment in new fields that were not yet explored in The Witcher. I can't say much about Cyberpunk, although our ambitions are set really high because that is our style of work. We want to go even higher, and especially seeing how we're having a business chat, we're interested in Cyberpunk being commercially even more significant." When asked specifically about multiplayer, he says, "Online is necessary or very recommended if you wish to achieve a long-term success. At some point we have mentioned that there will be a certain online element related to the Cyberpunk game." So I think CD have learned a lot from something like The Witcher, which was extremely successful and well liked, yet it's not really enjoyed a long-term success. Games like GTA, for example, a great game, but thanks to online elements, years later the game is still generating millions from continuous play as new content is continuously being added in the form of updates. So in order for a game like Cyberpunk, which I'm sure will be a huge successful game on release, and make it last and still see a high number of players 3 or 4 years later, it's going to have to add something extra, something that brings players back to the game week in and week out. DLCs is not enough to keep people entertained for long. Games such as Fallout 4, for example, it has DLCs, but as soon as they run out, people abandon the game pretty much. It still has players, but nowhere near as many as it did in year 1. So the multiplayer for this game is going to have to be an online element that allows players to compete with each other, interact with each other in some way, and have new content generated continuously around that in order to have people return. And still very uncertain what kind of online elements there will be, but it's going to have to be something well thought out and developed. Not just something, for example, the Assassin's Creed games, which had an open world game and then just threw a small multiplayer element in there, because as we know that didn't really work out. In order for this to be successful, it's going to have to be something big. And I definitely think there are certain games out there which CD Projekt Red can learn a lot from in order to have continuous success with Cyberpunk and also develop it into a long-lasting franchise. Anyway, the release date for Cyberpunk 2077 is still unknown, but I will keep you guys up to date on any news as we get it over the coming months. But I think that is everything that we need to know for this video. If you find the video useful, leave a like, it's very much appreciated, and if you want to see more daily news guides and updates on similar games, you can check out my channel and subscribe, and you can turn on notifications as well to see vids as soon as they are released. But guys, thanks for watching, stay awesome as always, and I will see you all in the next one.